participants from last year's playoff, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Ducks will kick it away to start us off. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the... one. So Wisconsin's offense is on the field for the first time today. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right. David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So, no doubt, the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that one.
And the Badgers will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Ducks offense will have its first possession of the game. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Wants to go up top. He turns that loose down the right side. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in his hands.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Not the start the offense wanted to have. They had to punt the first time out. And here on the opening play of their second drive, they're going backwards. If they're going to run the football, these big guys up front, they've got to do a better job.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. Right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The House of Loud is deafening on this third down. Oh, they're after him. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The Badgers will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. He threw a pick on the initial drive, but they have it back, and we're still looking for our first points of the game. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide. And that's...
There he goes! Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
And that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success. They run the football, and then after that, what do? They run it some more, and they run it fast. Every Oregon team always been built on that tempo and ground game.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. He's running free down the middle. Defense has it. They're on the move. Touchdown, Wisconsin. And they turn it into a defensive score. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
On the run from inside his own 5. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Bringing the heat. Hit as he throws. He's got an open man. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. You want to talk about flipping the script. They just did that with a huge play, and now they've got it 1st and 10 in plus territory. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got a man. It's Jamison. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Swings it out to his running back. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Holds and fires complete to the right. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Oregon! The extra point here would tie the game. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. If you're able to move the ball on a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay a big difference.
Pass on the run. Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. And the Badgers will call on their punt team. Hauls it in, looking for space. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Here's the handoff. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. Second and 10, really hard. Third and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Good completion on the out route. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They'll go back to the ground. Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5. And the Ducks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Off the play fake. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays. But you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Jamison. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. A first down run on the doorstep. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow, they don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack downhill, go get the running back, get a tackle for a loss.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
All right, so now you're in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run pass option.
I like that too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's fourth down. Fourth down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
And as they come to the line here, they're passing on a surefire field goal attempt. They'd better pay it off with 6. He might want another play. He's looking to throw. Gets rid of it. Touchdown, Ducks! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And that That is why timing is so important in the passing game. That is a critical fourth down. Down near the goal line, everything's going to happen quickly. It's got to be a great route. The quarterback has to get rid of it on time and make an accurate throw. Two dudes on the exact same page coming up with a massive touchdown down near the goal line on fourth down.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The back and leaves it on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Austin. Rides the back on the option to give. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line. Not enough to move the sticks. The Badgers will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Going right to work up top. Get it out to the supersonic guy. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The Ducks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Complete. Breaks into the open. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Oregon. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make... At the 19. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass for a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Under fire. Caught in the backfield. It's Davis. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Badgers decide to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now in the same boat.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Dumps it to the back. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Finds a man on the right. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're going to run it. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
Ooh, and I love the running back here. Running into the blitz, he saw the extra defender. He was able to put his foot in the ground and make a miss. That was a good play.
The hand to the running back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. And the Ducks come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Here they come on third down, and the defense has had no answers so far. Got some room into the goal line. Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Badgers in the hurry-up. Scanning the field, it's Webb. Snagged out of the air. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught. Turning it on. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Badgers. Once he got some room, it was over.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost... Folks, of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? It sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Fires on the move. Wide open downfield. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Makes the catch. It's Jamison. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. The Ducks in a good spot here with second and short. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. At the 20, he's got space. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the... Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Eugene. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wants to go up top on first down. Buying some time. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. And the Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Bringing it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They'll run it from the gun. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They go to the ground. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands.
On the double. Moves.
Gives it on the option. He gets it all the way out to the 19-yard line. They pick up a 6.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Ducks can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the shotgun, the inside give. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind, but listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Catch in the middle, it's Jamison. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. 2 running backs alongside the quarterback. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the back. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down, now they're staring at 4th down. The Ducks send out the punt unit. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, moving behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Looking for a crease. It's Owen. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Lofts one high indeed. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Badgers line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Hey, man, they've got a big lead on offense, and they are still taking shots. They are challenging this secondary deep down the field. They barely missed that one.
They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be 3rd down.
We'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. He unleashes a long one. He's got it inside the 25. And he's brought down after a huge completion. And the Ducks with the 1st and 10. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll throw it from the red zone. Caught in the backfield, it's Jamison.
That's a good idea offensively. Try to get this guy the football in space on the perimeter of the field, throwing him the swing pass, and see if he can make something happen.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks! That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
The give from the gun. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
Got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
How about the job by this defense? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
The Badgers will try to pin them back with the punt. Makes the grab close to the logo. And the punt team able to smack it. Now. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that first down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarterback. He makes the right read, pitches it out, and he's just able to get enough to keep these sticks moving.
They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They want to run this quarterback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
And the Badgers will punt it away on 4th down. Let's see what he can do with it. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Smart move to keep it on the ground.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
It's complete to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.